Hello and welcome to a not so awesome review. And today we're looking at the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Boba Fett's starship, also known as Slave 1 because names and Disney and yeah. Anyways, this ship includes obviously the ship, and we have Boba Fett in his Book of Boba Fett attire, and we have Finnick Shan. Both figures are detailed really nice. Boba Fett definitely standing out, looking amazing. I have no issues with this aside from the fact that I feel like most people would have rather wanted that's the way to say that, right? Would have rather wanted the Empire Strikes Back version of Boba Fett, though I'm sure there's going to be a version of it at some point. I can't imagine it's Jazwares. They'll do it. They'll do it. Taking a quick closer look at Boba Fett himself. Again, the figure looks really nice. I do like the green on him. You can see the red and everything. There is no black line from what I can tell, but that's fine. The orange on it looks really nice. His jetpack does come off, in case you're wondering, which does make it easier to put him inside his seat, which is kind of a nightmare. It took me forever. You can get him in there with the jetpack on, but I had to take it off and then put it on afterwards. I'm not going to actually put it on in the video. You will see him in there, but I'm just saying that because I don't want to sit here and give you a 40-minute video of me struggling to get him in that pilot seat. Again, Finnick Shan looks really good. Her skirt is split up in the middle there, so her feet are separate. And again, articulation on both of them, feet move up and hands move up. The same basic articulation, assuming she actually wants to move her hands. There we go. Same basic articulation we have with all the other figures. Looking at the ship itself, the detail on it is really, really good. I really have no complaints, aside from the front where it looks a little bit off, but we'll be getting a closer look at that in a moment. Detail-wise, again, looks really nice. Paint, it's pretty good. It does look a little bit more plasticky than what I would want. I feel like it should be a little bit more matted or something. Something about it just screams plastic to me. I don't know what it is, but paint-wise, it's on the lower scale for me with the other ones. That said, like I said, detail-wise, it does look really good aside from the front here, where, for one, it almost looks like there's a fingerprint on the paint there or something, but it also just looks like there's a white powder that doesn't want to come off, and yeah, it's not really good looking. It's probably the best way to say that. Other than that, again, it looks nice. The detail is great, but parts of it do look a little bit plasticky, which is a fact. The little wings right here, they're not painted great. They look kind of just, I don't know, like pieces of plastic. There's no weathering or anything on them. There is nice weathering on the yellow. I will give them that. The yellow and the weathering on the yellow, perfect, amazing. It's really hard to get yellow in action figures to look not cheap. The fact that this is paint probably helps, because if it was plastic molded yellow, it would probably look like crap. But on here, looks amazing. Let's actually move the angle so you can get a little bit of a better look. Taking a little bit of a closer look at the Slave 1 itself, you can open the cockpit right here, which reveals the seats, which we do have 3 seats. The inside looks really good, and I love that we have the 3 seats because it means that we can have a Mando in there if you want to have an entire crew, which is awesome. So we can kind of recreate a little bit of the season 4 Mandalorian. If you want, you can lift the ship up, and if you do it all the way up, I can't get the angle here, but if you do it all the way up, the seats do rotate on their own, one way or the other, because it is weighted in some way. I don't know how, but I do like that feature. It's really nice. The inside around it isn't super detailed. I mean, there is some on the sides right here, if you can kind of make it out, and maybe a little bit back there, but aside from that, a little bit bland on the inside. Just wish there was a little bit more detail, but I guess there'd be a little bit difficult to do that. Anyways, we can close this up. I do like that we can see through the glass this time, because it means we can see the characters inside, which is my favorite part of it. If we're going to have a character, a figure inside a ship, I want to be able to see the figure inside the ship and not it being dark. So just wanted to reiterate that from the TIE Fighters. But anyways, I do feel, again, that this just is not painted great. We needed a matted color for sure. We needed weathering on this part. If you turn it around here, there is a lot of weathering, a lot going on, but at the same time not. I feel like there should be a little bit more color or something. The main thing, the bomb back here, I wish was colored instead of just being a bland gray, just kind of sitting in there indent. Actually, it would have been really nice if it actually fell out. That would have been great, but unfortunately, it is just a molded piece. Aside from that, additional play features include the guns here moving up for when you're in the forward flight mode, and down when you are not. We can open the side panel right here, if I can get my hand in there. It's a little bit tight. There we go. So we can open that up. There is some nice detail here. We do have a weapon rack that does move back and forward, but it's so loose that if you let go of it, it just falls right back in. but there is some weapons in there, some grenades, some guns. Looks really nice. If you put your finger in here, you can open this, but first you will have to get this and slide it down. Then we can open that up, lock that in place up here, close it, move this back. If you want, we can either have this open in two different ways. We can have it open like that, if you really wanted to. You can slide it down, and then we can have the on-ramp, and we can go inside the ship and everything. It looks really good. Hard to get it in camera and everything because of the shadows, but it's nice enough. We close that up. Hopefully this thing can come down easy. I think maybe, there we go. Didn't do it earlier. Gotta move that actually out of the way because that helps lock it in. But yeah, play feature wise, not bad. My only complaint with the play features is I wish that was, you know, removable. That would have been a really nice kind of just nod to the movies right there to have it fall out. It's cool that it's there. I'm glad it's there, and I'm glad they have little flaps for it to come out. But again, would have been cool if it actually came out, or at least was painted. But anyways, this being a Walmart exclusive, you think it'd be a little bit hard to find, but honestly, it's not too difficult. I've seen a lot of people posting them for weeks. It just took a while to hit my area, which is why I never picked one up. And it did sell out initially on Walmart's website, but it's been in and out of stock basically all week. My only issue with that is I did order it and it was meant for next day delivery, and then it was 3 days later and it kept saying that they were preparing my item because for some reason they decided, oh, you know what, we're going to ship it from the store instead of ship it from one of the warehouses. And yeah, it never stopped going from pending or whatever the state is. So I went to the store today and yeah, it was just sitting there on the shelf, and I picked it up and canceled my order because I mean, I was already there, and it's just kind of a pain. That's kind of Walmart's issue, not really the ship's issue. Again, the ship is pretty easy to come by online and hopefully in person for you guys. My actual issue with the ship, if I had to choose one thing to complain about, one thing that isn't great about it, it would be the fact that there is no freaking stand for this thing. I don't understand Jazwares is thinking here. Maybe they wanted to keep costs down, but it was already expensive. Yeah, I don't... Just a piece of clear plastic, guys. Just something right here that goes down so it can stand up in one of its most iconic poses. But no, it's no stand. And it just kind of boggles the mind on, like, why would you not include a stand for it to stand right up? It just seems really stupid, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. It's just, again, really ridiculous. This ship does come with a stand. It needs it to be able to be displayed, to be fair, but it's not the greatest stand because you can't even open it. Can't have it open all the way and placed in there because that's just not going to work. There is going to be a review of this at some point. I was actually going to have this be the next review for these things, but got this and got excited, so I wanted to take a look at it. Yeah. No stand. Just stupid in my opinion. Just beyond stupid. Anyways, here we have it side by side with the Razor Crest, which looks really good. No complaints here aside from the fact that, again, I feel like inferior paint job. Not the greatest. I still think this should be shinier, but much better than this in terms of realisticness. I feel like these not being painted takes away some of the realism, the detail and everything. Love the yellow. Gonna say it again. Love the yellow, but yeah, these should be painted up and this should be a little bit more matted or something, especially since the paint is like chipping off and everything, to my opinion. Since I'm sure we're going to get a Jango Fett repaint at some point, here it is with Obi-Wan's Starfighter. You can see the size differences and everything. Looks good. And lastly, here it is next to the Falcon, which again, looks great next to each other. It's cool to see the size differences in this perspective and just like I was going to say a 3D environment, but real life environment, I guess. I don't know. It's cool. You know, we don't usually get to see the Star Wars ships like up close next to each other. Seeing it in person, it's a very different perspective than seeing photos or even in this video, I'm sure. And although I have complained about this ship, close that right there, especially about the stand and everything, I do like having the collection. I'm not gonna lie, but that's just my opinion. I mean, is it worth the $30, $33 price tag? I mean, I would have been okay with 30. I feel like 25 would definitely have been better. 30 if it came with a stand. Okay, I can see that, but they include a stand, so I'm still leaning on it should be at least $5 cheaper. It's a cool ship, don't get me wrong. I think it looks amazing. I do love that the seats rotate on their own. I do like that we have the 3 seats in there, which I would expect because they're trying to go for accuracy more or less. But yeah, I don't know, just the paint in some places looks dirty. Like I said, on the darker green here and then the front especially. It just looks like there's a white dust on it that I can't wipe off. A little bit plasticky, not enough detail, at least paint-wise, on these gray parts. It's nice, but a little underwhelming. Great mold, love what they're doing, wish they would do better. But we're still saving that for another video, which is coming soon. I have 2 more of these reviews to get through, then I'll probably make it. Anyways, that is my review for the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Boba Fett's Starship, aka the Slave 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it wasn't controversial for you guys. I don't want to come off as like I hate the line, I hate Jazwares and stuff. I'm just expressing my opinions and my frustrations, especially when it comes to the stand, because why the fuck wouldn't you include a stand, honestly? It's just really, really dumb. But once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I will see you all later. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.